This is the weekly horoscope for Scorpio for the week of January 2nd, 2022, and these are going to go all the way through Saturday. Show your love and support to your girl Marie by liking, subscribing, and sharing, and thank you for everyone who has. I really appreciate your support. And then tonight I will be doing the daily horoscopes on my TikTok, so check that out at mariemooreastrologer on the TikTok. So this week, lots of energy. Venus is in Aquarius, and then Friday we have the full moon in Cancer. So this week, watch your emotional self coming in, because Zeus, a secondary planet in the sign of Libra in the 12th house, is forming a T-square with the Lilith moon and also with Mercury in retrograde in your 3rd house. So 12th, 3rd, and 9th house. So this is dealing with your subconscious. This is dealing with your emotional self at this time. You feel things intensely. You can also be accident prone. Not the best time to make decisions or give other people ultimatums, because you're not going to like the answer you're going to get. You may regret your decisions later. Mercury is in retrograde. You could find yourself again, regarding your decision. The Lilith moon energy in Cancer. So this is you being at constant tension around you because you're making adjustments in your life. For some of you, this is probably change happening and you may not be doing well with change. This is probably a situation here where you could feel a little bit groggy when going back to school or going back to work now and trying to adjust back to your routine with this energy. So, expect this adjustment or major adjustments to be a little while before you get back into the swing of things as well. I feel for some of you, certain people could set you off, and then you could feel vulnerable because you showed that, because you just you were screaming and yelling at somebody, and it just, the image that you gave to the outside world, everybody got to see your pink, and you didn't appreciate that. So now you can be feeling some kind of damn way about it, and you could be feeling very vulnerable at this time. You can also have a nervous breakdown, which you don't appreciate, and then it's going to make matters worse for you internally and emotionally at this time. So be careful with your emotional self. Then Tuesday, others will look to you for leadership more than usual. You project confidence and success. This is a beautiful time to get things done, take care of things that you've been putting off. I feel also friends can be introducing you to a new way of doing things, or even opening up to alternative healing, lifestyle changes, or even you're watching the social media or TikTok, and you could be more interested in a cultural lifestyle. You could be more interested in changes that you normally wouldn't encounter. A community matter that you are involved in may need compromise in order for resolution to be reached. Everyone seems to be taking sides on issues. You will do your best to detach yourself enough from the outcome to see the issues from multiple perspectives at this time. You may be prone to procrastinate and have a difficult time with supervisors and coworkers. What you leave done now may lead to surprising and unpleasant results. You may find it incredibly hard not to procrastinate, even when you resolve to work through those feelings. You're likely to run into a number of distractions. Don't try to get anything important done now. You'll probably overindulge yourself in food and drink unless you're careful. If you go too far, you are likely to suffer some kind of indigestion or heartburn. Financially, this is a time when you're prone towards extravagance, so watch your spending. Then on Wednesday, for some of you could be going through a midlife crisis, while other energies are creating enormous havoc in your life, there also could be subtle developments having to do with your spiritual beliefs. You may have been living according to certain doctrines that you were raised up on your childhood, or how you were raised up, and now those ways of thinking are changing and being tested. Or maybe this is your way of thinking and how you thought things should be, and maybe you thought, when we move out of our parents' house, we create our own rules, we create our own way of thinking, and it's yes, we're gonna be like hippies and namaste and copacetic, and then it's you get kids, and then it's oh hell no, get the belt, get the damn belt, it's like that. It's so that way of thinking that you once upon a time had can be changing, because it's no longer conducive to the lifestyle in which you are living. Or maybe you're having a lot of realizations hey, maybe mom or dad were right. Maybe I do need that stability. I do need that routine in my life as well, or maybe you're breaking some like generational umbilical cords at this time, and like acknowledging how what you learned as a child is affecting you as an adult, you know. And it doesn't have to be about raising kids. It could just be the way you interact with reality and stuff, and how it's not working for you. So you could be changing your way of thinking. You could be changing your subconscious belief system. You may feel confused or disoriented and not know which elements of your spiritual views are valid and which ones aren't. You should allow yourself plenty of time to go through this process of reevaluation, and know that certain amount of confusion is perfectly normal. You're building an entirely new life structure that will allow you more freedom. You are also changing your emotional self and your emotional DNA at this time for some of you. This is new insights that will work their way into your consciousness and become part of your new reality. You may not be very realistic about finances now. Be careful about spending. You may be marked for a con artist at this time, so be careful with dealing with the internet with this energy. Then on Thursday, this is a good time to express yourself in words. This is a beautiful time for those of you who are poets, writers. With this energy, you get along well with your neighbors and relatives. I feel also there is an increase in your tolerance and compassion for others. You're more interested in keeping the peace. It is possible that you'll meet a new love at this time, despite the energies that be. You'll absolutely be perfect for you. Romance and sexual relationships are highly favored at this time, as well as creativity and the arts, such as music, painting, and drama. In your daily life, you may notice a tendency to not be very practical, and you can be very dreamy. Financially, you tend to be too generous, maybe for your own good. This is a good time for community announcements and promotions and neighborhood projects. Perhaps someone will put you in a leadership role in these areas. People took to you for advice. Teachers find their popularity increases. Errands are more pleasant. You can be receiving some much needed good news. You benefit through other people. New partnerships can be formed, and you two can have the same goals in mind. You're likely to be invited to social events or parties to meet important people who can help advance your ambitions. For others of you, the focus is more towards new love, or an existing love relationship should be running more smoothly, or at least you two are getting along. Then Friday, you may have to travel for the sake of business, or this could be traveling somewhere 2-3 hours away from where you live. Vacations abroad may be unfulfilling now, so avoid pleasure travels. Sometimes this can be a crisis of faith at this time. You should be feeling pretty good about life at this time. Emotionally, you may tend to wear your heart on the sleeve. This is a good time for pleasure trips. For some of you, depends what's going on in your natal chart, or a brief change in your daily routine. This is a good time to recharge yourself by seeking calm, familiar surroundings. Domestic routines run more smoothly. You will not feel like taking on risk or breaking with your routine on Friday, and you can be more about your habitual nature. Great energy time to learn something new. This is also a great energy for teachers. You can be starting a new creative project. When it comes to career, you're very original in your way of thinking. This is a great energy time for successful careers for anybody in communications, writers, bloggers, those of you in media and social media, publishers, authors. I feel for some of you over the age of 30, more stability and growth with career is now happening at this time. As well, for others of you, this is a great time for those of you in the internet and the entertainment industry, because this is a time where you receive more recognition and a lot more influence, or becoming an influencer on the social media. Those of you over 40, this is a time where you're sharpening your self-image, and you're also doing more like in your community, your church, and you're volunteering your time and energy, and you're more involved in activism during this time period. Then on Saturday, you can be looking for specific items today or Saturday for like your kids' school projects at this time, and you are running around to different stores looking for specific items. You can have a keen mental penetration into the realities of any situation and get to the root to the problem. You can also have people figure it out at this time. You tend to be very secretive until you're ready to make a move, often because you're suspicious of others. You may plot or use cunning when it when it would be better serve you to be straightforward and honest and just be open, okay, rather than like just observing people. Since you don't mince your words, your speech and your thought are often harsh, although you can exhibit a great tact and diplomacy, often by remaining silent to avoid creating conflict or controversy. It's hard for you to see matters in perspective other than your own, so you want to try to shape your ideas of others to conform to your point of view. Your strong willpower may be used for disruptive purposes or may be simply misapplied. You often fail to consider a problem before committing yourself verbally, so you end up taking unnecessary risk on Saturday. Psychological lines of communications are easily blocked, and you rarely enjoy a happy mental balance. You may need professional help to release tension, like go see a masseuse or something. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands. So some of you, I feel that there's something bittersweet happening here. This could be an ending happening in your life, or you could be watching somebody that you don't like going through it at this time. And at first you were like happy about it. This could be like, God forbid, somebody like, like got hurt or something like that, or somebody's child got hurt, and it's somebody that you don't like. And it's like bittersweet because you're just like, oh, now I don't feel so great because, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, and this is my worst enemy, and they're really going through it. So you could be feeling guilty at this time over certain situations at this time. I feel that for some of you, this is like a lot of like past experiences that have gotten you to where you are, and you could be feeling guilty about how you got the things that you have got, so it could be like something like that. So somebody is dealing with guilt. So this is optimistic energy here. The Nine of Cups, I feel my yes question, I think my camera might fall down. My yes question to whatever question I did not answer is yes. The Tower card, for some of you, this could be traveling coming up. This could also be a move happening this week for some of you. The Hermit card, you can be more to yourself at this time. You may prefer to stay more to yourself with this energy, but you're all up in them feelings, so I would be careful this week with those feelings. For some of you, you are trying so hard to stand out at this time, so this week we could hear some stuff about influencers, getting into fight with each other because they are just trying to stand out and be seen. This could also be dealing with copyright issues because other people could be taking credit for other people's work at this time. The Four of Cups, I feel like this is a time of contemplation and meditation. I feel that you could be sitting on your hands about things. You could be second guessing yourself when it comes to certain things that are going on in your life with this energy, or reevaluating your relationships with other people. The Ten of Wands, you can also be taking on other people's responsibilities this week, or you could be more helpful to certain family members during this time period. For others of you, you're putting more on your plate than need be, so I would be careful with this. So this could be like the start of a busy month for you with this energy. For others of you, you can be feeling unmotivated, writer's block, or you could be like really uninspired to create at this time. The Queen of Swords, for some of you, you could be dealing with a dominating woman at this time, and she could be helping you. This could be a great time for word of mouth, collaborations, or business partnerships, because she could be showing you something at this time. This is a time where she could get you really busy with this energy and really help you grow. The Eight of Swords, I feel like for some of you here, you could be going through it emotionally. There could be resentment with a woman in your life at this time, and you're still like gnawing on the bone. This could be dealing with mother, and this could be like issues with mother coming up, or mother could be trying to reach out to you, but you're not having it at this time. Or this could be that sneaky thing that Scorpios do when they remember why you gone pissed them off, and then they got to talk to you. They tend to be a little bit passive aggressive, and they'll sting you. So it could be a situation like that where you're going to go ahead and sting somebody at this time because you're feeling salty, and it's like, ooh, I remember how that felt, ding, and then it starts a fight. I feel for some of you here, you can be feeling stuck in a rut. Be careful with liars at this time with this energy as well, or somebody is not being truthful with with what's going on in their life, or they're not communicating to this person. So there's a lot of deception here with this energy, and this could be like your way of protecting yourself, but also it's going to get you in trouble at the end of the day, because this person is going to find out like what happened and stuff like that, and they're going to feel some kind of way about it. And I feel like for some of you, you may play it off and pretend that you don't care, but when you really do. The Four of Coins, stability. For some of you, you could be stuck in your ways of thinking, you could be stubborn, you could be very restrictive with your spending at this time with this energy here, or you're very cautious, or the energy itself is very slow at this time when it comes to things that you want. So you can find that almost everything that you do might be a bit of a process during this time period. Okay, I feel also this, for some of you, you can be owned by your possessions at this time, which is not good. So you may have to think about freeing up yourself from some of your possessions. Okay, the Two of Cups, I do see that you can be receiving emotional support from somebody here if you accept the help. I feel for some of you here, you can be stuck in your routine at this time, so it's very hard to leave your situation. Or for some of you who are like in the army and stuff like that, it could be very hard for you to get a vacation at this time. So you could be like really antsy with this energy and you really want a vacation. I do see you married to your work at this time, so it could be very hard to get away from it with this energy for some of you, not all of you. The Ace of Coins, creating your own reality. For some of you, this could be getting a job this year with this energy. For some of you, the focus more towards your finances during this time period and creating that financial stability for yourself. The Knight of Swords, I see a reconciliation. Somebody from your past is coming back, or this could be thoughts of the past. For some of you, you could be forgiving the past. But I feel like, you know what's going to happen here? I feel like, you know, that for some of you, this could be a situation here where you may have forgiven the past, but you may do something jinky to this person, because it's like, once I got to think about it, hold up, let me like sit there and like let them know that I have not forgotten, or I have not forgiven the situation. Fixing my camera. That I have not forgiven the situation. So you may do something on the internet towards them, like bother them or call them out on their stuff, or we could see on the internet like Twitter wars going on, because people are pulling out receipts out of nowhere, you know, of things that happened, because they still feel salty about it. Okay, so I feel like, you know, if you got to think about it, it's going to piss you off. So that's what's going on there. The Five of Wands, I feel for some of you here, this is arguments happening. This could also be on the job training with this energy. Like I said, you're feeling salty. Okay, so I think this week's word is salty. The Knight of Swords, I feel for some of you here, this could be a beautiful time for love relationships. You could be traveling with your partner during this time period and having like a little bit of an adventure. Maybe you're bringing your partner onto business trips with you while you go work, and they go to the hotel or wherever they go to, and they play. So this could be a fun time doing stuff together with this energy and kind of traveling, or this could be like marriage proposals going on during this time period, which is fine. I'm gonna let it go because I know how some of you get. So, you know, it could be like that going on at this time with this energy. The Wheel of Fortune card does bring about a positive turn of events. This could be a fun time with love for some of you, despite the energies that be. I'm gonna continue saying that because it's not a good time for that, but I can't tell the heart to go quit smoking, stop getting lit, and then I want you to go on a raw vegan diet, because like y'all would be mad. You guys would be mental. It would be like, damn. So today in the news, a bunch of Scorpios, you know, it would be crazy. So, you know, but there is a quick turn of events happening in your life, and I feel like it's going to be a very positive thing that is coming into your life. So new beginnings, new adventures. For some of you, this could be an adventure in love. This could be a fun time for like where there was silence or no contact. All of a sudden there's contact between you and this other person that you've been wanting to talk to. So you can find that things with love quickly turn around for the better with this energy this week. Okay, the Hangman card, indecisions are coming up. I feel if you reach out to this person, things are going to quickly turn around for you guys for the better.
Okay, so it's something to think about. I do feel like for some of you here, this is a great time for artists. It's a great time to get your creativity on. Now, because it's a great time to get your creativity on, it doesn't mean that you will. It doesn't mean that you'll do anything with creativity, So, but the energy is there if you want it. The Knight of Coins, the mind on the money and the money on the mind. For some of you, you do have lessons with money coming up because Mars is in retrograde still in your 8th house. So just be careful with unexpected expenditures. Plus, you got planets in your 9th house, so be careful with the brand ambassadors and the emails that you receive from brand ambassadors, because it could actually be a scammer at this time. Okay, I do feel like this is an emotionally confusing time period for some of you, and it's leaving you stuck somewhere in your life during this time period. So it's very hard for you to move forward, or you're scared to because you're scared of rejection, that kind of thing. I feel for others of you here, you have a natural creative talent and business savvy at this time, but unfortunately here, you're allowing your play to get the best of you with this energy. So this may not be, you're allowing like people in your life to be a distraction, love to be a distraction at this time. So it's going to slow you down when it comes to making money or when it comes to your business. The Moon card, I feel you see what you want to see at this time with this energy, or all is not what it seems with this energy as well. So for some of you, you may have to wait for certain situations to gain more clarity before you make a move, or you could be waiting for signs. Maybe there are signs being thrown around at you, but you're trying to be very realistic as possible. You're not trying to make a move. Maybe you're waiting for this person to make a move. Okay, the Page of Coins, I feel with this energy here, this is new experiences coming up, and this is investment properties happening for some of you. Okay, this is investing your money in things at this time, but you also have lessons with money, real lessons, and you may not see your money back. So I would be careful what you invest your money in, because you may not see your money back. Somebody could be selling you the stars and the moon, and they're doing a good job, and like I said, be aware of scams, and this could be you getting in trouble with the scam. So I would be careful where you put your money. The Justice card, major decisions are coming up at this time. For some of you, you could be dealing with court with this energy as well. The Ten of Coins, I see fortune bubbling over for you. I see this being a beautiful time for money, but then there's money worries. I feel like this could be a time for fortune bubbling over. So for some of you, you can be coming up with money-making ideas. Doesn't mean that you'll use them, okay? But they're there, so do your research. Endings and new beginnings are coming up at this time. Mastering your money situation at this time as well with this energy. For some of you, you could be getting an inheritance. You could be collecting from a car insurance check. This could also be getting a home insurance check at this time as well. For others of you, this is karma happening with this energy. For some of you, you could be getting a second or third job, or this is one of your many pots bubbling over. So there's other sources of income coming in for you this week as well. This is also a great time for word of mouth happening for you. The Two of Swords, somebody could be crushing on you. I feel like you're not making any decisions at this time when it comes to certain things that you want to do, or when it comes to reaching out to certain people. You may not be doing that because you're waiting for them to do that. The World card, this is a time for success and recognition, traveling coming up. Again, mastering your money situation is happening. So some of you could be getting your IRS check at this time. And the Seven of Cups, what to do with your money. Thoughts of future coming up for you this week as well.
I love you, my Scorpios. Show your love and support to your girl Marie by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Kisses. Mwah.